Everybody, hope you're doing well. Digging this, having kids in the classroom. Us teachers, we talk, and it's hard to not smile nowadays. Having actual students in our classroom, so cool. All right, hope you guys are having fun too. You know the drill. Copy down the warm up. Go try all these problems, then come back. I'm not going to zoom in then on this one. Actually, I'll go ahead and zoom in. More kids in class can't see, so we'll do the top part first, right? So we'll do the diamonds, that KenKen, those square roots, and go ahead and copy down the area and perimeter and use the rectangle and that triangle. And sorry, I got a little messy on this one line here. The height of that triangle, that dotted line, is 7.7 inches. Okay. All right, press pause, go copy. Okay, I want to remind you, if you finish copying before the rest of the class is, start working, right? You can't see those bottom problems, but you can start working on the top ones while you're waiting for people to finish up. All right, now we're going to press pause again. You're going to copy down this parallelogram, and you're going to copy down the trapezoid, and this problem where you distribute or factor. Remember when we did that punchline worksheet yesterday? On this, when you distribute, remember this is 4 times everything in the parentheses. And when you distribute, you multiply it by each thing in the parentheses. So 4 times 3x plus 4 times 5y minus 4 times 8. Don't forget that's a minus there, okay? And here we're doing the opposite. You're looking for something that goes into 5a, and it also goes into 5a squared, and it also goes into 15a, and it also goes into 25. Find the thing that goes into all 3 of those and factor it out. So we're sort of going to go to a problem like this when we're done, a number outside the parentheses. Okay? All right, go ahead and copy. Okay, hopefully you did well on that. And again, I will pause one more time while you guys try to figure out the KenKen and all the answers you can, because you have everything written down now. All right. Hopefully you got these 2 diamonds. All right, at least one of them. What 2 numbers have a product of 63 and a sum of 16? Hopefully you figured that's 9 times 7 is 63. 9 plus 7 is 16. Now, 9 times 6, 9 plus 6 is also 15, but 9 times 6 is 54. So I hope I didn't stump you or fool you on that one. The 2 numbers that work here for both the top and the bottom are 8 and 7. 8 times 7 is 56. 8 plus 7 is 15. All right, let's look at the KenKen. Remember the rules. I have to have 1, 2, and 3 here, 1, 2, and 3 here, 1, 2, and 3 here. 1, 2, and 3 in this column, 1, 2, and 3 in this column, 1, 2, and 3 in this column. So when I see this 3, the answer is 3, and I multiply. So I either have to have a 1 times 3 or 3 times 1. Neither of these 2 boxes can be a 2, right? So this one has to be a 2. Okay? Now, if that's a 2, don't go put a 1 here yet, because it also could be a 3, because 2 minus 1 is 3, but also 3 minus 2. I'm sorry, 2 minus 1 is 1, but also 3 minus 2 is 1. So I don't know. Okay? Now, how can I get 5 adding 3 numbers? Well, there's 2 different ways. Right? I can have a 2 plus a 1 plus a 2, or I can have a 1 plus a 1 plus a 3, right? So I'm trying to figure out, Oh, I got it. I got some logic for you here. This is going to be a 3 or a 1, which means this is going to be a 3 or a 1. Can't be a 2. This is 3 times 1. So this is going to be a 3 or a 1. It can't be a 2. So in that middle row, what does this have to be? That has to be the 2. And I don't have any 2s in the top row, and it can't go there, and it can't go there. So I don't have any 2's in this column, and it can't go there, and it can't go there. So hopefully you figured out this has got to be a 2 as well. I'm going to let you finish that. Okay, that's a hint for those that didn't get it yet. Okay, hopefully you figured out 2 plus 2 is 4, so this is going to have to be a 1. And I have a 2 and a 1 here, so this has to be a 3. And 3 times 1 is 3. And I got a 3, 2, 1 here. I got a 1, 2. What should be that? That's going to have to be a 3. But a 1 and 2 in that middle row, no 3. So the 3 is going to have to go here, which means a 1 is going to have to go here. Let's just double check. Is 2 plus 1 plus 2 5? Yeah. Is 3 times 1 3? Yeah. Is 3 minus 2 1? Yeah. And is 3 times 1 3? Yes. I think we got it. Let's do the square roots. All right. What number times itself is 100? Now, what do you think the most popular wrong answer is on this? Yeah, some people think it's 50. Now, what number times itself? 10. Okay. What's most popular wrong answer for the square root of 16? 8. What's the correct answer? 4. What's the square root of 36? 6. And what is the square root of this? Ooh, that's a gross number. Why do I say that? Remember, a dozen is how much? 12. A gross is a dozen. That is 12 times 12, 144. Now, I just sort of gave you an answer there, didn't I? What is the square root of 144? 12. All right, did I scare some of you off with this one? Have a bunch of chickens in this class? What is the square root of 49 over 81? Well, what number times itself equals 49? 7. And what number squared is 81? 9. All right, think of that. 7 ninths squared is 7 ninths times 7 ninths, which is 7 times 7 and 9 times 9. So the square root of 49 over 81 is 7 ninths. Now, really, I should have drawn that a little bit better. Make sure that you knew it came down here and included the 81, because you could have a problem like this where you're not doing anything to the 81, and your answer to that would be 7 81s. Okay, all right, area and perimeter. The distance around is the perimeter, and that's 8 plus 5, but that's 13. Did I go all the way around? No. We always say your cows ran away if you made a fence that just went from here to here to here. That's halfway around. So 13 doubled is 26. 26 centimeters is the perimeter. What's the area? Well, if it's a rectangle, you just multiply the length times the width. 8 times 5 is 40. Centimeter times centimeter is square centimeters. Remember, area is always square centimeters. How many stickers does it take to cover that thing? Think to yourself, right? There are 8 columns of 5 rows. How many squares are in there? Well, if you count all those squares, that's going to be 40. 8 times 5. All right, the perimeter of the triangle. I care about the 17, 11, and 23. I don't care about that line inside. Now I'm going to put the 17 and 23 together first because I know that those fit together well. Remember, they fit together well. They are called compatible. They make a nice even 40, and 40 plus 11 gives me a perimeter of 51 inches. Now, what numbers do I care about for the area? I care about the 2 numbers that make this right angle, the base times the height. Okay, so I'm going to go 7.7 times 23, but that would get me the area of this parallelogram, right? Which is this triangle and this triangle are the same. That's twice as big as I need to be. So I'm supposed to do 1/2 of the base times the height. Okay. So, and unfortunately, both the base and the height are odd numbers. So I can't just cut one of those in half. So I'm just going to do this and divide by 2. 7.7 times 23. Let's do that on the back. Remember what we do? We pretend like it's just 23 times 77 first and multiply. Okay. I'm going to flip those over though. You know why? Anybody know why? Because once I do the work the first time, I already got it done. 7 times 3 is 21. Put the 1 there, carry the 2. 7 times 2 is 14 plus 2 is 16. Now I put a placeholder because this 7 is really 70. But guess what? If I did 7 times 23, got 161. When I do this 7 times 23, I'm going to get 161. Again, that's why I put the repeated decimals on the bottom. A little bit of a shortcut for you. Now, where do I put the decimal? Well, now I have to go back one spot because in my problem, I pretended that was 77 by moving that decimal over one spot. So I have to go back one spot in my answer. 177.1. And now I'm going to cut that in half because I'm multiplying it by 2. Multiplying by a half, I'm going to divide it by 2. Okay, so 2 into 177.1. And remember what we do here, right? The decimal just comes straight up. There's no decimals outside the box. All you do with the decimal inside the box is bring it straight up and divide like it's not there. 2 goes into 17 8 times because 8 times 2 is 16. I subtract, and then I bring down the next number. I'm going to have another 8 there because 8 times 2 again is 16. I subtract. What do I do now? Bring down the next number. 2 goes into 11 5 times because 5 times 2 is 10. What do I do here? I'm going to add another 0. And 2 goes into 10 5 times. So the area of this triangle is 88.55. And this is square inches. Okay? Area of a parallelogram is the base times the height. 17 times 27. 7 times 7 is 49. 7 times 2 is 14 plus 4, 18. Put a placeholder. 1 times 27 is 27. 459 square centimeters. All right. The perimeter is the distance around. You don't care about that 17. You care about the 18 and the 27, and then that's halfway around. Remember, don't let your cows run away. 18 plus 27, I know that fits together, makes a 45, and I double it. It's 90 centimeters on that one. Okay? All right. Trapezoid, the perimeter, 10 plus 12 plus 20 plus 9. 10 and 20 is 30, 42, 51 meters. And the area, remember we have to get the average at the top and the bottom times the height. Okay? If I did 10 times 8.8, it would be like doing this rectangle, not including all of this or that. It's not big enough. But if I did 20 times the height, it would be like doing this big rectangle, which includes all of this and all this. That's too much. I need something right in between, which is the average. Now, I'll bet you guys can figure out the average in your head. What's right in between 20 and 10? That's 15, right? Now, if you didn't know that, to get the average of two numbers, you add them up and divide by 2. So 10 plus 20 is 30, and 30 divided by 2 is, what I thought, 15. So I go 15 times 8.8. And again, I'm going to put the 88 on the bottom and the 15 on the top because I can repeat it. 8 times 5 is 40. 8 times 1 is 8 plus 4, 12. Put a placeholder. 120 again. 132, but this was really 8.8, right? So I'm going to move it over one spot because I moved it over one spot. So 132 is my area there. And what are my units? Okay. Now I always say, if you do the warm-up, the homework's easy. If you do the homework, the test is easy. And just to sort of prove it to you a little bit, if you you've been following along, guess what's on the homework tonight? Look familiar? Yeah, I wouldn't lie to you about that. Distribute. I got to go 4 times 3x. Right? 4 times 3x plus, not 5y, 4 times 5y minus not 8, but 4 times 8. So 4 times 3x is 12x. 4 times 5y is 10y. And 4 times 8 is 32. Okay, that's your answer on that one. Okay. All right, now I got to factor this one. That means I'm kind of going backwards to what I did here. What goes into 5a squared, 15a, and 25? I'll give you a hint there, right? Okay. I'm going to pull a 5 out. 5 times what is 5a squared? 5 times a squared. 5 times what is 15a? 3a. And 5 times what is 25? 5. See how we did that? And again, you can go backwards on both of these and get back where you started if you want. Okay? All right, you guys. Have a great Tuesday. Keep on rocking it, all right?